My name's Chef Egg, and I want to give you the skills you need to succeed in the kitchen. Today, I'm going to teach you how to read a recipe. Now, recipes are really important in the cooking process if you have no clue what you're doing, okay? So as new cooks, it's really important to get a good recipe that you feel good about, all right? There's a lot of recipes out there, and what I always suggest is going online, looking in a cookbook, and just looking at the recipe, maybe looking at a few recipes and seeing what's very similar about all of the recipes. You can also go into the notes at the bottom and see how people are reacting to the recipe. But let's say that you have a good recipe already picked out. The first thing you're gonna find is the name of the recipe at the top and how many people it serves, okay? Now, this is just a rough guideline, depending on how people eat in your home. But you will find the name and how many people it serves at the top. The next thing you're gonna find is the actual ingredients and the quantities inside of the recipe. Now, it's important to go through this to make sure you have all of the proper ingredients, all right? After you've got that dialed in, you're gonna go into the instructions. I like to read the instructions a few times to see if they make sense, to see if one step flows into the next step, okay? This is also gonna give your mind a way to acclimate to the recipe before you start doing anything. Now, at the bottom, you may find the equipment needs, and that really helps you to gather all of the stuff you need before you start cooking. And a few times I've made the mistake and I've started, measuring things out, or I've started the actual cooking process only to find that I don't have the ingredient or the equipment I need to actually make the recipe, right? I'm sure this has happened to you. So this is really important to understand the serving size, the ingredients, and the quantities. The next step is, truly understanding the steps in the recipe and being able to break them down for success. And you also want to know if you have the right equipment to actually make the recipe. Now, recipes are kind of finicky sometimes. You can make them and maybe make your own notes for the next round, right? So I like to always have a printed recipe that I can make notes and ensure that the next time I make it, it's the best that it can possibly be. My name's Chef Egg, and that's how you read a recipe for success. Peace.